Cirque Freak. Introduction. This will have my commentary throughout the chapter. I've always been fascinated by spiders. I used to collect them when I was younger. I'd spend hours rooting through the dusty old shed at the bottom of our garden, hunting the cobwebs for the lurking eight-legged predators. When I found one, I'd bring it in and let it loose in my bedroom. It used to drive my mom crazy. If he is so good at catching spiders, he should have one for a pet. Usually, the spider would slip away after no more than a day or two, never to be seen again, but sometimes it hung around longer. I had one who made a cobweb above my bed and stood guard for almost a month. Going to sleep, I used to imagine the spider creeping down, crawling into my mouth, sliding down my throat, and laying loads of eggs in my belly. The baby spiders would hatch after a while and eat me alive, from the inside out. Probably this is a common fear for little kids. When I was growing up, I was taught not to eat watermelon seeds. I thought they could grow in my stomach. A spider cannot go in a sleeping person's throat. He or she would wake up and cough. In addition, the pH in the stomach would kill the spider and its eggs. I loved being scared when I was little. I doubt it. Little kids hate being scared. They cry, try to run away, and or run to their mom or dad. That is why young kids shouldn't go to haunted houses. Plus, they probably wouldn't know what's real or not inside a haunted house, which would be really bad. I hated being scared when I was a kid. When I was 9, my mom and dad gave me a small tarantula. It wasn't poisonous or very big, but it was the greatest gift I'd ever received. I played with its spider almost every waking hour of the day. Gave it all sorts of treats, flies, cockroaches, and tiny worms. Spoiled it rotten. They eat flightless fruit flies, instead of regular house flies. Then, one day, I did something stupid. I'd been watching a cartoon, in which one of the characters was sucked up by a vacuum cleaner. I wonder what cartoon he was watching. No harm came to him. He squeezed out of the bag, dusty and dirty and mad as hell. It was very funny. So funny, I tried it myself. With a tarantula. Why would he do that? I'm surprised that he didn't think it would kill the spider. Needless to say, things didn't happen quite like they did in the cartoon. The spider was ripped to pieces. I cried a lot, but it was too late for tears. My pet was dead, it was my fault, and there was nothing I could do about it. I'm surprised that anyone would cry for a spider. I definitely wouldn't. My parents practically hollered the roof down when they found out what I'd done. The tarantula had cost quite a lot of money. Let's assume that the species was a Goody sapphire ornamental tarantula, which cost $500. I would understand why they would be really upset at him. However, why would parents give a 9-year-old a really expensive spider? They would be pretty stupid if they did. They said I was irresponsible, and from the day on they never again let me have a pet, not even an ordinary garden spider. I would assume that they said that because they couldn't trust him taking care of anything. They also should have said he could get a spider when he was older. One has to be pretty stupid to think that vacuuming up a spider would be a good idea. I started with that tale from the past for 2 reasons. One will become obvious as this book unfolds. The other reason is, this is a true story. I don't expect you to believe me. I wouldn't believe it myself if I hadn't lived it, but it is. Everything I describe in this book happened just as I tell it. The thing about real life is, when you do something stupid, it normally costs you. In books, the heroes can make as many mistakes as they like. It doesn't matter what they do, because everything works out in the end. They'll beat the bad guys, and put things right and everything ends up cool. That is true. In real life, everything is messy. It has gotten harder to figure out who is right and wrong. I have no idea what science says about some things. Thus, I have to trust my intuition. Sometimes, I cannot make a decision because I don't know enough about the facts. In real life, vacuum cleaners kill spiders. If you cross a busy road without looking, you get whacked by a car. If you fall out of a tree, you break some bones. Real life's nasty. It's cruel. It doesn't care about heroes and happy endings and the way things should be. In real life, bad things happen. People die. Fights are lost. Evil often wins. I just wanted to make that clear before I began. One more thing, my name isn't really Doran Shen. He should have picked a better name. I like David Hemmings. Everything's true in this book, except for names. I've had to change them because, well, by the time you get to the end, you'll understand. I haven't used any real names, not mine, my sisters, my friends, or teachers. Nobody's. I'm not even going to tell you the name of my town or country. I don't dare. He's probably from the USA, never mind, he's from England, but Irish. His name is Darren O'Shaughnessy. I like that last name much better. I was suspicious that he lived somewhere else because the narrator of the audiobook has a British accent. I love those accents. I want to live in the United Kingdom one day. In addition, the author used garden instead of yard in the beginning of the chapter. I am nervous telling everyone my thoughts and feelings again on the internet. People can be so nasty to each other. My natural reaction is to run away and hide. My other natural reaction is to be anxious. Anyway, that's enough of an introduction. If you're ready, let's begin. If this were a made-up story, it would begin at night, with a storm blowing, owls hooting, and rattling noises under the bed. But this is a real story, so I have to begin where it really started. It started in a toilet. I wonder where this is going. All I can think of is going to the bathroom in a toilet. He could have flushed his spider down the toilet instead of vacuuming it. Some dogs like to drink the water from the toilet. I'm so happy that my dog never did that. I don't think he will talk about a cassette toilet, where his parents have to dump it. He probably hasn't heard of a Nature's Head toilet, which is a composting toilet. I think people are stupid if they use their waste for real composting. It's because diseases can be spread if human compost is put on crops.